Hello, everyone's. I am here for Manifest Season 2, Episode 1. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're a family member, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. Now, y'all, I am so happy that I'm getting a Season 2 of this show because last year it was taking me on twists and turns. So, like, I was happy, I was sad, I was scared, I was worried, my pressure was going up. It was giving me all those things, and I was just like, please do not cancel this show like they canceled The Passage, because The Passage, it was such a good show. And then like the last episode was like, really, this is what we doing? And then they canceled it. But Manifest is back, y'all. So last we saw, well, let's recap. Flight 828, the people, they were coming back from Jamaica, and they thought that they had a little turbulence. When they land, they are surrounded by like the police and everybody else. Like, where have y'all come from? They was like, we flight 828, we just came from Jamaica. They was like, y'all been gone for 5 years. Like, they did not, it was a quick, a little turbulence in the plane. They've been gone for 5 years. Their loved ones have moved on. Things start happening. They start having these callings, these visions that's leading them to help one another. In the last episode, Zeke and Jared have a gun. The gun goes off. We don't know what happened. Now, we start off this episode with Ben, Cal, and Michaela back on flight 828. And there's some turbulence. And like Michaela, when she wakes up, she has been shot. Now, y'all remember the season finale, Jared and Zeke were tussling over a gun, and the gun went off. We didn't know who it shot. Did it shoot Jared? Did it shoot Zeke? No, it shot Michaela. But she keeps on like coming in and out of consciousness, and when she loses consciousness, she is on the plane while it's getting ripped apart. So we're like, okay, what's gonna happen? Because Cal already had the vision. They die in like 2024. So I was like, it's not her time right now. So like, what's gonna happen? Like, who's gonna be in trouble? Now, Michaela, she does not want to see Jared because she feels that he is somewhat responsible for her getting shot. So I ain't got no time for you. But she tells Ben about them being on flight 828 and how real it felt. And he tells her about Griffin, the dude last season who like went into the water, was underwater for a while, like for like a few days, I believe it was. And when they pulled him out the water, he came to, just like start throwing up water. But he ended up dying. And the amount of time that he was gone, it was the amount of time that he came back. So they have like 5.5 years. Like Cal's calling had about them dying like 5.5 years after the date that they returned. So like, we have some things to do. Maybe we can stop this. I don't know. But Cal had a vision about the plane nosediving too. And while he was on the plane, he was telling Michaela, we have to save the passengers. So like, this is a new calling that they have to do. They don't know, like, it's just save the passengers. So that means we have to save all of the passengers. Well, the pilot, he already died last season, so we don't have to worry about him. I think some other people has also died. So now it's like, we have to get together and, find the people who are on the plane, because the calling is telling us to save them. Now, we find out, because Grace is pregnant, that she was pregnant last year, but she had a miscarriage. So they still haven't told Daddy that it's a possibility that he is the father. She just wants it to be their time. Like, when the baby is born, we'll tell him, but this is our time right now. And I was like, if it is Danny's baby, then like, how is Danny gonna feel that he wasn't there during the pregnancy? And then I was thinking, like, what if this baby has something to do with them coming back? Like, my mind, when I'm watching shows like this, I'm always thinking all kind of outside the box. I'm like, okay, what if this baby, because she got pregnant, like, she was with Danny, like, maybe had sex with him the day before, Ben and them got back, and then, like, maybe a few days later had sex with Ben, so we don't know who the daddy is. But, like, what if it is, like, it was meant for them to get pregnant with this baby. Now, follow me with this, because had, Ben, Cal, and Michaela come back home with the rest of the family, then, Cal, he was like about to die at this point, and he could have died. This could have been, trouble on their marriage. These two split up, but them not getting taking a later flight and being lost for 5 years, them coming back and them getting pregnant, maybe something about this baby is like a key to what's going on. Like, I don't know, but like my mind is going all these places right there. And Ben, he was feeling some type of way that Grace that got pregnant before, she was like, yeah, you and Cal were gone. Like, I thought you were dead. Danny wanted kids. I wanted more kids. And I got pregnant, but I ended up miscarriaging. So, Michaela and Cal have like a joint calling. So I was like, they tend to happen like sometimes it's, Cal and Michaela having these joint callings. So I was like, oh my goodness, like what's going on? Like, she recognizes the names of the missing people on the board at work, because she's a police officer, with the missing, like with the people from the plane on Ben's like board of the passenger. He's like trying to piece together and find. Now, she doesn't want to involve Jared because she thinks he's the reason that she got shot and the reason that Zeke is on the run. She doesn't blame Zeke. Zeke, you cool with me, but Jared, I'm side-eyeing you. I really ain't got time for you. Now, Ben and Michaela go to find the kids of the man and woman that are missing. Now, Ben, he remembers seeing the dad on the flight and how he had got sunburned and how he couldn't wait to get back, in touch with the kids. But like, they've gone missing now. Now, the kids stayed with the neighbor while the parents were gone this whole time. And once the parents came back, the neighbor, she still came around because the kids really didn't know the parents because they were gone that long and the kids were young. But she showed up for brunch with the kids one Sunday and the parents were gone. And she doesn't know what happened to them. So the neighbor lady tells them that the parents were hearing voices. Like, they weren't a religious type of people before, but like they started hearing voices and start being more religious, and like it kind of scared her, but they kept it away from the kids. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? Now, Cal goes to Zeke's mama's house looking for him. Now he's like, Mama Zeke, I know that the police are looking for I'm looking for Zeke, and I know you say he's not here, but I know he's here. I'm Cal. I know these things. Cal tells Zeke that he's supposed to be with Michaela, and he knows that when they're going to die, and he needs to be with Michaela because she doesn't have much time, and he doesn't have much time. Now, I don't know what time for how much time for what, because these callings are very vague. You don't know if it's time to do something for you or is it time to do for something for somebody else. So like, we really don't know what was going on. So yeah. But Michaela, she like just walking down the street and there goes Zeke. Like, hey Zeke. Like, he was like, okay, just keep quiet because, I don't want nobody arresting me, even though I want you to see me and I'm about to get arrested because like I got a whole bunch of going on. He's like, look here, I feel responsible for you getting shot. I call the police on myself and they coming to get me. But like, as he's about to get arrested, like she grabs for him and she like ends up having this calling, and she sees the car of the two missing people like in the area where they at. So okay, good, we know where they're going, where they at, so we can stop them because we're supposed to save the passengers. Now, where am I at? Okay, yeah. Ben and Michaela, they go to where the mom and dad missing people are at. And they were like, okay, wait a minute. Ben and Michaela reached them and they believe they have to die because the Collins showed them at this spot and they heard the kids crying. They was like, we not trying to kill our kids. We just, if we got to die, we going to die. Because they already done gave the neighbor lady, all the money in their account, gave her a check, and wrote like a little suicide note. But Michaela's like, no, you're not supposed to do this. But as she's standing there, she hears some kids down the embankment. And that's what the calling was. The people were hearing other children and not their own. Apparently the daddy in his car down in the embankment fell asleep and they had been down there for quite a while, and the kids were crying and that missing parents, they were hearing these kids, because they don't know how the callings are working, because being in Michaela, they kind of pieced it together, but they thought they was going crazy. But it was the kids in this car, not their own kids, that were crying, that was calling them out. And now being in Michaela can kind of like, help them understand these callings a little bit more. Sanvi, she knows what's going on, Dr. Sanvi, but she older in therapy with, evil villain lady, posing as a doctor. Now, lastly, while Ben is taking out the trash, he noticed this mysterious white van that has been showing up in other, Flight 828 passengers' homes. And he's like, he goes over there, he gets to knocking on the door and the window, and somebody throws a bag over his head and like kidnaps him. And like when they pull off the bag, it is Detective Vance, y'all. What I tell y'all, last season, I was like, Detective Vance ain't dead. I didn't see a body, therefore he is not dead. That is a rule. If there is nobody, then you not dead. Like, even though on Black Lightning they had Khalil's body and Khalil wasn't dead yet, but like, no, I didn't see nobody. They just said he was dead, and I didn't believe him. He's like, you're not the only one who can come back from the dead. I was like, yes, that means Detective Vance is gonna be helping out now. I don't know in what capacity, but yeah, he gonna be helping out now. So that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on, so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my people. If you're already a family member and one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.